And I'll do the countdown. Hope you enjoyed that. That was a piece called Not Quite Marvel by Mack, who is our man in the park today. How you doing, Mack?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. My name's Doobie. I'm in the studio. The other guy's Mack. He is at Avengers Campus right now. We are doing a park walk and talk, and we are very excited to bring you Avengers Campus. I believe it's our second time bringing this to you, but our first time bringing it to you with Marvel Mack, the most Marvel geeked person I know. So this is gonna be fun. It's also Mack's first visit to Avengers Campus today on Marvel Day 6/16. So maybe you could quickly tell us why today is a special day for Marvel, and then give us your impressions of the place.
Yeah, so June 16th, obviously 616. The comic book continuity in the Marvel Universe is known as Earth 616. That is the main continuity, at least. So 616 has been an important number in Marvel history, and here we are, June 16th. It's sort of the May the 4th of Marvel.
Awesome. And this is your first time in here. You've been here. What time did you actually get into the land?
So I actually managed to get into the land before the park technically opened. I was in here at 8:55 when the park opened at 9 o'clock this morning.
Cool. Wow. So you've been in here about 4 hours, and I'm sure you've seen it all by now. It ain't that big.
Yes, I have.
You found the beep. I'm glad it stopped. What do you think of the place?
I love it. I I think that's probably as expected. There's definitely some bias at play here, but I would say that as far as land atmosphere goes, this is second to none.
Wow. And this is a guy who has seen Potterville, who has seen Universal's New York Street. You've seen it all, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, well, so other lands like that do well, like the Wizarding World. Obviously the structures and everything are incredibly well themed and really cool, but I don't think I've gone more than a half hour without seeing a new character today. I think there's just always something happening, and it's a lot of fun. Just like, every time you walk by, and I've done several laps throughout the entire land already, and there's always something different happening, and it's really cool.
So knowing you are the Marvel guy, you've written our Easter egg article for this place and all that. Why don't we take a walk around with you? I'll ask you some questions. And if you see stuff that's of interest that, Joe Blows like me might not notice, go ahead and point it out and show us some of the very cool stuff around here.
Black Panther.
What's that?
Black
Panther. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, but now I see him. Is he up on the People Mover track?
Yes, that is reopened as of today.
Very cool.
No, this by the way, we're Avengers headquarters here.
We're live, of course. So if anyone else out there has any questions for Mack, anything you want him to show you, let us know. So you're saying just tons and tons of characters today?
Yeah, unfortunately I haven't seen. The Dora Milaje show is going on right now, and she just caught me off guard a little bit. The one character I haven't seen so far is Loki, who we know has been updated to go along with the series. But I haven't seen him yet. I have seen just about everybody else. As a matter of fact, Black Panther is up right over there. And then we can see Steve Rogers and Carol Danvers over here.
They're right next to each other. That's just so jarring. Usually they're, in my experience, there's been distancing. Are they doing a show right now, or are they just waving hello?
Yeah, so no, they are not doing a show, but the Dora Milaje show is happening right over here.
So they're watching the show?
Yeah, they actually are. Well, they're just talking to each other, but they were. The Avengers Assemble show will be happening shortly, which I will come by and check out. I've already watched it 3 times today, and I love it.
Is it different every time?
It has been the same today, but it is different from what we saw previously. As I tweeted from our Laughing Place Twitter account earlier, it was Steve Rogers joining Black Widow instead of Black Panther.
Many great souls indeed, but who among you uprooting in compassion?
Is that live dialogue there, or are they miming?
That is live dialogue.
Cool. All right. So, have you seen all 4 shows, by the way?
I haven't seen Doctor Strange yet. His first showing is until 2:20.
You've seen Spider-Man Fly.
I have seen Spider-Man Fly, yes.
Is it awesome?
It is very, very cool.
I'm so excited for that. We have a question from a Rob Hoffman. As someone ignorant to Marvel, is this somewhere in the cinematic universe, similar to the way Harry Potter is?
So yes and no. It takes a lot of inspiration from the cinematic universe, but not locked into any one specific time in the cinematic universe.
So unlike Batu, where you're not going to see a young Luke Skywalker because it's just not the right time frame, that kind of thing is not the case here?
Correct. Which is really cool because that allows them to do a lot of different things. Like we said, having Loki come in, updated for the show that's going on Disney Plus, that allows, not being locked into a time period allows them to do stuff like that. And you can see it change constantly.
We have a question from Eunice Bruin. She wants to know, is Mack eating the $100 panini today?
Well, you know what? I never got the Venmo from Edith. So no $100 panini today.
Such a disappointment.
I did eat at Tim Test Kitchen earlier, though, and it was very good.
So what did you have there?
I had the PB3 Supreme sandwich, I believe is the name of it. It is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with banana, honey, and candied bacon.
Jeez. Yeah,
and then I also
people.
had the Choco Smash candy bar as well, which was fantastic.
Have you indulged in any libations today?
I have not. I didn't pull a Mike C and drink one right before we started today.
So responsible. A little disappointing for our VP of alcohol, by the way. So what other cool stuff are you seeing? It's going to happen?
It's in my plans. It's in my plans for after the live stream, for sure.
Okay. So
right
what
now,
other Marvel geek stuff do we see?
Right now I'm in the Ancient Sanctum. So this is the Doctor Strange themed area. Actually, let me turn around the corner here. Can't go in there. That's sorcerers only.
Nick Cage.
I would be just the apprentice, though.
Touché.
But this is a really, really cool area. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing this at night as everything gets all lit up. And then what we were looking at just a few moments ago here, this is the Orb of Cagliostro.
Hmm.
Was that nerdy enough for you?
And what happens in the orb?
One of them happens in the orb, but this is a connection to the MCU. Wong specifically mentions, in Doctor Strange, Wong specifically mentions the Book of Cagliostro, which is the book that Caecilius stole a page from to summon Dormammu. So some dark energy coming off of this orb over here.
Wow. I mean, what happens when like a Marvel geek, a Star Wars geek, and a mathematician get in the same room? It's like some kind of weird. Anyway, I'm going to stop picking on you.
We sit silently because we have nothing in common.
So what's not fair if you are not only, by the way, there is no difference between Star Trek and Star Wars and Marvel. It's all the same. Not only are you like one of the geekiest people I know, you're also one of the best looking guys I know, and it's just not fair.
Wow. Wow, I was not expecting that.
I mean, I don't know many people. Granted, your competition is Tony and Jeremiah, but still.
You know what? I will still take that.
But speaking of Tony, has Mack experienced the Miss Minutes drive-em buggies yet?
The Miss Minutes drive-em buggies? I have
so.
Not. I don't even know what he's talking about.
I'm as confused as you are.
I assume that has something to do with the TVA Loki that I haven't seen yet. Hopefully I see him at some point today.
What is this we're looking at?
So this is the web building. This is the Web Slingers Spider-Man Adventure attraction building here. But we're off on the side. This is actually the main entrance to Avengers Campus over here. But I wanted to come over here and show you the a web wall
Okay.
with art by a certain spider person, which I think we pointed out this Easter egg before, but still had to show here. By the way, this is obviously a very popular photo op wall here now.
It's a gram wall.
But yeah, exactly. But a nice little signature up here from Miles. And we know Miles Morales is quite the artist, so looks like we have a nod to another Spider-Man in Avengers Campus.
Very cool. And so, did you ride web slingers?
I did ride web slingers, yeah. I managed to get a boarding group this morning and was on the attraction within the first hour of the park being open.
Awesome. So, Teresa, hello in Tennessee. Let us know what did you think of web slingers?
You want Teresa to let you know, or you want me to let you know?
I just want to say hi to Teresa because she said hello
okay.
in the chat, and I wanted to get that done. But before you leave there, what is you were just showing some boxes that said we're gonna hype up your web slingers review and tease people with it for a bit. What are those boxes you were just showing?
Yeah, so the DODC here, this is the Department of Damage Control. And they had a small appearance in the MCU in Spider-Man Homecoming. But they are basically an organization that is tasked with cleaning up after all the big Avengers fights. So like one of those things you never really think about, but it's their job to deal with all the damage afterwards. They're damage control. And so all of the custodial staff here in Avengers Campus is damage control, as you can see right here in front of me.
That is quite hilarious.
Yeah, I love that they didn't leave out any details.
Spared no expense. Do the trash cans have any significance here to Marvel?
Well, right over here, they are the web trash cans.
Does web stand for something?
Yes, it is the Worldwide Engineering Brigade. And as Peter Parker pointed out in a recent comic that was released last week that ties into Avengers Campus, that is an unfortunate acronym.
Are the shops still waiting to get in, or can you just walk in now?
No, we can walk right into Web Suppliers right now. It is pretty small.
Let's
so I'm not
check
sure
it
how
out.
much I'd be able to. Sure.
We couldn't go in there before just because you had to queue up to get in, so let's get a look at it.
Yeah, it is still a little bit crowded in here, but you can walk right in.
A little larger than I expected.
It's not tiny, but
any fun props or anything you've noticed in here?
well, you can see some of the spider bots up here, and they occasionally move around and flash their lights and stuff like that. I'll try and make my way around to that whiteboard over there and see if we can spot any Easter eggs.
Thank you, Easter Bunny. Woo-hoo. Yeah, no one knows that.
All right, here we go. So we did spot this one a while back, and this is a signature from Miles that we saw before we saw that web wall. There is a reference to Thor up there. We got some Pym mention as well. You forgot the Wasp.
Buzz Lightyear. Maybe not.
And then lots of other cool. I like this like Back to the Future like hoverboard up here.
Wrong part, but it works.
Looks like we've got. I think it's Harley's potato gun.
Isn't Harley a DC character?
That is a different Harley.
Okay.
Harley is the kid from Iron Man 3.
Oh, that was a bad movie. That was the worst part of a bad movie.
I'm with you on that one. I'm not a fan.
Okay, good. Have you made any purchases?
I have not, aside from food. I have not made any inedible purchases.
Do you plan to?
I do. I'm not sure exactly what just yet, but I do plan to get something for sure. These are the web slinger. Oops, excuse me. Here's like the repulsor attachment here, and these. Oh, thank you. These alter your experience on web slingers. So you wear one on your wrist, and then it changes what you are shooting on the attraction.
I call them in-app purchases. Finally,
well, if you mobile order, anything's an in-app purchase.
Fine, take away my cleverness. Top 5. All right. So, what did you think of the web slingers?
All right, so my expectations had been managed by several reviews before, but I will say it exceeded my expectations. I had been hearing that it's sort of the B attraction to Guardians of the Galaxy here, which, yeah, that's still fair. But I think it was a lot of fun. I am that guy that loves the interactive, competitive attractions. So I had a lot of fun with this. I could see, certain people that don't love the interactive attractions not being a huge fan, but I really enjoyed it. It's exhausting, I'll say that. There's a lot of arm motion required. But, you can always make the experience whatever you want it to be as well. You don't have to keep shooting 100 webs a second.
But you tried. We have a question from White.
I haven't heard back from him yet.
What's the longest you would wait for web slingers?
That's a good question. Well, see, now that drastically goes down because anytime it's, not the first time I would ride it, then because if I haven't ridden it before, I have to see what it is. I would be willing to wait a lot longer. But now, I would wait, I don't know, 90 minutes to 2 hours for it.
Wow. Okay. Goodness, you love that ride. Or you don't have anything else to do.
Of course, it's different too because I don't live here. So if I did live here, I would simply wait and jump on when it's 20 minutes. But I won't have that opportunity. So.
Did you score well?
That's a good question. I don't actually know because I don't have anything to compare it to, really. So I got the highest score in my vehicle, but that was, there were some small children riding, so don't really know how to compare it.
Were you riding alone?
No. So it was me and a father and his 2 children. So we had 4 people. So it was a full vehicle.
Oh, so they did put you in a row with other guests?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Wonderful. And were you more competitive than your New York Yankees?
That depends on what time of year you're talking about.
Right now.
Yes. I don't know if you can really see, but we got Captain Marvel and then Black Widow up there. And whenever Black Widow pops up, that means the Avengers Assemble show is getting ready to start.
Really? So it's coming up soon. I know those are on the schedule now. How soon is it starting?
I believe it was 1:15 or 1:20. What time is it now? I can't see.
1:17. I would love to watch it live. I've yet to even see a video of it.
All right, yeah, I'll grab a spot for it, and we can watch Avengers Assemble. This is the show, by the way, that I have watched 3 times today. This will be my 4th, and I am not at all complaining about that. So,
Rob Hoffman would like you to know the Yankees stink.
Yes, I'm well aware of Rob's opinions.
All right. So you're headed over. We're going to watch Avengers Assemble. If you have a moment, what characters would you like to see added in the future other than Doorman?
Well, yeah, Doorman's a given. I would definitely love to see Doorman. But that's a great question. I would love. I'm a huge Venom fan, and that would be a particularly interesting challenge to put Venom in the park and do it well. So that's one for sure. I'm interested to see, what else happens with the future of the MCU and how that ties in. We know Kang the Conqueror is going to be a big villain going forward, so it'd be interesting to see him as well.
I would love to see a giant Thanos walking around here somehow.
Yes, that would be great as well.
That would be awesome. Maybe like they do the thingy in Avatar Land.
Oh,
Right.
I'm not sure what that is called either, but that would be pretty funny. Yeah.
All right. Looks like they're about to start here. Am I correct?
Yes, we've got 2 unnamed goons breaking into Avengers headquarters here.
So I will be shutting up for the show. You're welcome.
Intrusion alert level 2. Intrusion. Disarmed. Sensor offline. Nothing to see here. Move along. You don't look like fruits. I got this. Insertion line level 3. All units are. My turn. Let's try this again. Who sent you? An early land. System off. I'm set at risk. Reinitializing. Taskmaster. What do you want? Headquarters back online. Miss Rodinov, the arc reactor has been secured safely inside. It's in the jet. Let's go. Incoming call from Mr. Shaw. Right, don't put him through.
Yeah, she put me through. Hi, Nat. Everything okay? You need help?
How the fuck I don't need help? I could do this all day.
Hey, that's my line.
Steve, good to see you. Oh,
Right. Please introduce our guest.
Taskmaster, origin unknown. The legendary Taskmaster has the ability to master and replicate your fighting skills. It's annoying.
You sure you want to start this?
Steve, the reactor.
On it.
You got it. Let's go. Ready. Yes, Mr. Monroe. Energy for spirit.
You know how to use that thing? Stay down. I said I could do this all day.
Looking for this?
Try it.
You know how this ends.
Did the good guys not win?
They stopped him, but he got away.
That's a little bit empty. That was cool. Where is this kind of action in Galaxy's Edge?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with this, like the atmosphere of this land being second to none. We don't get that kind of stuff. Yet, stuff like Vimerata running away from the First Order, and Chewbacca does some interactive stuff, but it's not as frequent, and it's hard to, you don't get like specific show times, so it's hard to plan that stuff out. But this is just constantly happening. Like there's just always something going on. I'm sure there's going to be a character coming out any second now too. So there's just always something different happening.
Because that is one of just 4 shows of about that same scale in this land, right?
Yeah, and like I said, the only one I haven't seen yet is Doctor Strange, which will be starting later in the day. I'm not sure if that, obviously it starts in like the 2:00 hour, so it's not like they need it to be dark out, but I'm not sure if that's just so they can do fewer shows so they extend later, but it starts much later than the other shows around this land.
Tony Betty says, not since Mickey's Detective School have I seen such crime-fighting theme park entertainment. That is a really good one, Tony. I give you credit for that one. So what are we looking at here?
This is the Avengers Jeep here. This is one of the meet and greet spots where you'll see characters come up and jump on the back of that truck. I've seen Black Panther. I've seen the Wasp over there. And I want to say Captain Marvel as well was the first one I saw.
Have you seen Chris Pratt or his character around here?
I have not. I know that they do the Guardians dance party over in front of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. So that is where you'd see him and Gamora. And I'm not sure if Groot is still around.
And no raccoon either.
No Rocket Raccoon. Unfortunately, the pre-show for Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is not happening right now.
What was it like seeing the jet in person?
It's kind of funny. Like that was a big deal when they first, showed the Quinjet there. Quinjet is not, it's not even a singular thing. Like they have a fleet of Quinjets, so it's not like it's the equivalent of the Millennium Falcon or anything like that. I'm actually more impressed with Avengers headquarters itself, the whole building here.
Okay. What's inside that building?
Well, right now, nothing. Yeah. Nothing that we can see, at least.
There's a door.
There is a door, and this should be leading to whatever phase 2 ends up being here in this land. I can go show you the door over here.
I gotcha. So the rise of the resistance of the land, should they decide to build it.
Yes, and I think, I'll say this, I think when this phase 2 does happen, I think I think this is going to be the premier Disney Parks land. Of course, we don't know what happens between then and now and then, but
even greater than Galaxy's Edge.
I think so. I think all this land is missing is a really, it has a nice e-ticket attraction, just that it wasn't new when the land opened. So
the tower.
Yes, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it's hard to think of that as a part of the land that's been around so long, especially if you consider Tower of Terror beforehand. All right, exactly. So here's the PIM test kitchen. Any cool Easter eggs you can point out here?
Well, I can't actually go in right now, unfortunately, because it is like here is the standby queue for it right now, and then otherwise it's mobile order. I can walk by the PIM tasting lab though. Well, here you can see the pretzel being enlarged in the quantum tunnel there.
And are those still safe to eat after enlarging?
Well, so far, yes.
We shall see.
We haven't heard of any negative results yet that I'm aware of.
It's still early.
I do love the lighting in here is like enlarged Christmas lights, like these string lights here.
Yeah, leftover from Bugs Land. Not true.
So here is the PIM tasting lab here, and then this is see if I can get a better angle on this can. It says Silver Age, which is a reference to the Silver Age of comics.
Oh.
Which, let me see if I
Have
can
you
get.
been able to see the glass that fills from the bottom?
I have not yet. No.
Me either. It was in all the promos, and I've yet to see it on one of our streams, and I'm a little worried they're fooling me. I mean, I'm sure it's there. I just think they're fooling me.
Yeah.
Any references to Stan Lee?
Oh, that's a good question. Not that I've seen yet.
That's
There is.
disappointing.
Funny you bring that up right now, though, because here is a reference to Jack Kirby, this mysterious ooze coming out of the collective fortress here. This is a nice nod to Jack Kirby and his Kirby Crackle. It's called the cosmic effect that he drew into the background of so many comics, and this is just all around Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout here.
That is an awesome, awesome reference and tie into the comics.
Yeah, I really like this. It's really cool. A nice touch. And
That one looks like Mickey.
well, I'm going to look for the one that Mike Celestino showed us.
Apparently,
sure
that's the
which
proper
one.
pronunciation.
I don't know if I can get to it right now, actually. I'm not sure which lamppost it was by.
For those aren't aware, Guardians of the Galaxy is a part of Avengers Campus, so if you can't get in the campus, you can't ride Guardians.
Correct. And it had a very short wait time for most of the morning. Right now, I believe it's up to like 30 minutes, which is still pretty short.
Right.
Actually, nope, it is up to 55 minutes, so a little bit longer.
Nice.
But
We have a question from two questions. One, how's the weather today?
it is beautiful. It's not 150% humidity, so I'm loving it.
So I'm in Northern California. I'm looking at my little temperature thing on my computer. It says 111 and warming.
Oof. It definitely doesn't feel like 111. It is warm today. But,
that's Northern Cal. You're in SoCal. Totally different.
Yeah.
The trolley train, is it running?
If it is, I should probably move.
We haven't seen it running since the campus reopened, but it seems to be ready for it.
I just wanted to point out that detail there. These the PIM tasting lab and the PIM test kitchen menus, like the digital menus outside, they give it a little alert that is like a tone of the Ant-Man and Wasp music, and you see a text message pop up from various characters. And that one was from Sam Wilson telling Scott Lang that the quantum pretzel recipe is almost perfect. But there's been some funny ones around. Like we've seen the popular one going around was Tony Stark letting Hank Pym know, or I guess letting Scott Lang know that they are opening another Avengers campus in Europe, which we know is coming to Disneyland Paris.
Which is reopening, not Avengers Campus, but the park itself reopening tomorrow. What did you think of your Pim Kitchen PB&J with bacon and stuff?
It was very good. That was the one that I was most excited to try. Here we go.
What's it say? It's a little fuzzy. Can you read it?
Yeah, it says, "Honey, please keep an eye on Scott, keeping an eye on Tony. Neither really gets the whole low profile thing." So it's from Hank Pym to Hope Van Dyne. We have another character popping out here. We've got Sam Wilson, the new Captain America.
So they can both exist in the same place?
Sure. Because again, this is not locked into any one specific time period. And oh wow, I'm just noticing another character over here.
That looks like Ant-Man.
Yes, I didn't want to say anything. I wanted to test you and see if you could get it to us. But yeah, there is Scott Lang, aka.
I was thrown off by his size, but
I'm just waiting to see one of these times where it's like actually Paul Rudd in the costume.
I feel like that will happen.
Right? It seems like something that has to happen at some point. So we got Ant-Man right over here, and we've got Sam Wilson right over here. And funny that we just saw Sam send a text to Scott Lang on the board over there. So they're They're standing here texting each other.
Maybe the text was code for get out for the meet and greet.
You're stealing all of my fans away.
Question, is the campus open now to everyone? How is all the entrances? So can you enter anywhere now, or is there still seem to be a queue to get in?
No, they are still using just the one entrance. Here is what would be another entrance right back here. And this would take you out to Cars Land here. But they are queuing up for just one entrance right now. I'm not sure what the queue looks like right now. They were saying at 9 o'clock this morning that it would be about a 1 to 2 hour wait, which is a pretty big window. But I guess when you have to wait for other people to leave the land, you kind of have to do that.
That's not that horrible. Not that horrible.
No, much better than the opening couple days that we saw.
Right. And I remember on opening day, as long as you had an upcoming window for web slingers, you could actually enter the land at any time. Is that still the case?
So yes, I've heard that. When I entered this morning, like I said, I got in here 5 minutes before the park actually opened, and I had boarding group number 24, and they were boarding 1 to 23, and I wasn't allowed into the land until they started boarding my group. But I'm thinking that's because that was before the park opened, and I think a lot of other guests were able to enter after that, because it definitely wasn't just those first 24 boarding groups, if that makes sense.
That totally makes sense. And you know what? I mean, it's a pain to have to wait to enter a land, but considering how much this entire land is like an attraction, it feels like just one big, long, extended attraction. You know, having to wait an hour for it, not that bad.
No, definitely not. And we've talked about this. Mike C spent an entire day over in Galaxy's Edge, and I could see myself doing that here, and I pretty much will be doing that today. Granted, I'm doing some other work-related things while I'm in here, but I could definitely see myself spending an entire park day, a full 12 hours in just this land here.
Cataloging every detail.
Speaking of details, actually, another thing I wanted to point out was the music. And I know some reviews have been that it's a short loop and it's repetitive. I actually haven't really found that. I mean, it might be a little bit repetitive, but I think because I've watched the movies so many times that I can pick out each different movie that's playing. So when you go from Doctor Strange to Guardians of the Galaxy to Spider-Man to Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then of course Avengers, you're scrolling through all of that music. I think, and it blends together really well, and it pulls the whole land together. I think they did a really, really nice job with the music in here.
Yeah, because it seems like all I ever hear is the main Avengers theme.
Well, right now it's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
See, I don't recognize it, so it doesn't stick in my head. So all I ever notice, apparently.
Exactly, that's the thing. They all do kind of have that same tone, so it's easy to mistake any one of them for this Avengers theme that just started playing.
The Stalwart team from Star Wars Team to Noble. Mark my words, we'll have Jane Foster here after we get Love and Thunder. What do you think?
Oh yeah. That's a really good point. A Jane Foster Thor meet and greet. That's got to be happening, I'm sure.
Jane Foster. I don't know who she is.
That is Natalie Portman.
And she's coming back?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know she was coming back to Thor. Cool.
Yep, she will be back for Thor: Love and Thunder. And I won't go into too many more details.
She can do some double duty over as a Padme over in Galaxy's Edge. So that'd be pretty awesome.
There you go.
Have you had a shawarma yet?
I have not had shawarma yet. No, I only ate at Pym Test Kitchen. I am debating if I'm going to get shawarma or if I'm going to get something different from Pym Test Kitchen. I'm not sure. Well, actually, let's throw that out there. What else should I eat? What should I go with for my second meal in Avengers Campus?
I feel like just the whole menu, frankly. I'll Venmo.
I'm not even sure. So I learned the hard way. Let me take a walk over here back towards Pym Test Kitchen. But the only reason I was going over to Web Slingers to show it is boarding groups 81 to 98 right now. So making their way through pretty well. But so Pym Test Kitchen has seating on either side of the restaurant over here. But there's not a ton of seating, and obviously you can see it's a very busy restaurant. So this seating was not available at all when I got my food. So I learned that you have a pretty long walk if you are carrying a tray of food to the extended or to the extra seating area. So I'll just give you an idea of what that's like.
Tony Betty recommends the Pacific North Cafe. Tony is
Yes.
not smart.
If I do that, that would be at 8:59 tonight.
Are you sure you don't want to try the family-sized panini?
I'm pretty sure I want to try so many different things.
I guess that's what you already had. How about the Impossible Spoonful? I know you're a meat eater, but it sounds really good.
I am a meat eater, but I do actually really like Impossible. I've had the Impossible Burger before, and I really, really liked it. And I mean, that's something I would consider. I think I want to try the chicken sandwich if I'm going to go pick Tim Test Kitchen again. But
I've heard the spoonful is really good, just so you know, from people that have been able to try it.
I have heard that too. I haven't heard a single bad thing about Tim Test Kitchen, so I don't think it can really go wrong.
I think you should get everything, eat it all with the camera on you. Just let us enjoy. By the way, I'm going to show what you had for lunch, your first meal. What is this called again?
That is the PB3 Supreme or Superb sandwich.
Superb, yes.
Superb, there you go. And it was very good. It is peanut butter and jelly with banana, candied bacon, and I believe honey.
And the Pim particle bread with micro banana smoothie and crispy potato bites.
Yes. Here is Shawarma 2, by the way, Shawarma Palace 2. So if the line is long for the other Shawarma Palace, you can come right back here.
Are they just queuing up, or do they have mobile order?
They are queuing up. I don't think you can mobile order for this one. I didn't see it on there, so just queuing up for it.
I thought you could.
I'm not. I'd have to double check. I also should point out that I got the Pingo Doce soda, which is the soda from the Incredible Hulk. It is basically a lemon lime citrus soda with an aftertaste of vanilla. So it was strange, but I liked it.
And you have the Choco Smash.
I did. I got the Choco Smash. This is actual size. I ate one of these earlier.
You are a man.
It felt like it. Like that the candy bar, which was, I want to say it was $7.99. Definitely not meant to be eaten by one person. It is the size of my forearm. And it was delicious, but it was a lot.
If you could arm wrestle with it. S from S says they wish they could live in Avengers campus. Would that be a dream for you?
That would be really cool. Well, it's funny because an Avengers or a Marvel-themed land was never something that I thought, I'm so excited to go see that, because Marvel is referred to as the world outside your window. Like, they never created this, this fantastical world for to lend itself to a theme park like this. Like, you have different things like Galaxy's Edge and the Wizarding World that are such different experiences. This is real world, so it's not so different from what it's like to live in the real world, aside from the crazy characters that are thrown to it.
That's a good point. Unlike Batu, which is completely out of this world and galaxy.
Exactly. And now, granted, you have a fortress that came down from space. But...
yeah. I have one of those in my neighborhood. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that where we were just looking over there before, that was the extra seating area for Tim Test Kitchen. So you can imagine walking back with your food and your drink on your tray all the way over to that extra seating. It's a challenge.
So I know where Avengers Assembles takes place. Is the Spider-Man show in that same location?
No, I'll head over there. That's actually on top of the Web building.
Okay. And I know where Doctor Strange is, and then we already saw the training.
Yeah. So the Dora Milaje training show is up ahead where Ant-Man is still. And the Ancient Sanctum is right behind that, where the Doctor Strange show would be.
Who was your favorite MCU character?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, Spider-Man is my favorite, of the main heroes. But as far as the MCU goes, I'd probably have to say Steve Rogers.
Captain America, right?
Yes.
The first one.
Yes. That's why I went with Steve Rogers and not Captain America, just to be more specific.
Right, yeah, just helping myself out. Do you know why they didn't finish that little symbol up there in the rest of the wall?
Well, it is called the Ancient Sanctum for a reason.
Okay.
So it's basically like in ruins right now.
Are you familiar with the comics in which the Ancient Sanctum appears?
I'm familiar with comics in which a lot of different sanctums appear. I'm not sure exactly which one this would be.
Okay, I just know if there are like any sanctum Easter eggs that the geeks might notice.
Nothing that I've seen, but again, there are. So even in the Doctor Strange movie, they talk about the sanctums in New York, in London, in Hong Kong. So there are multiple, and this is just a really old one, basically. And to give the story of Avengers Campus real quick, this is actually what started Avengers Campus. So this was, like I said, the ancient sanctum, and this mystical energy, was sort of connected to this land, and that drew Howard Stark to start his, not to start, but to build a Stark Industries foundation here, I guess, and start building his whole campus. And then once Tony Stark took over, it became an Avengers campus. And the Collector was then also drawn to that mystical energy. And so he brought his fortress here. And that's where we're at now.
Can you sense that mystical energy flowing through you right now?
Oh, I can feel it. Yeah. That might be the Pym Test Kitchen, but I can definitely feel something.
So this is the Web Slingers entrance. How long did you actually wait once your group came up?
Very short, actually. I only waited maybe 15 minutes, and that was more so because I was taking pictures. So it probably would have been like about a 10-minute wait. But it is definitely longer now. I can tell. Like, I didn't wait out here at all.
Yeah, they look happy. They got bubbles. No complaining. Isn't there a location here that really gives the history of this Avengers Campus location?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Isn't there like a display or something that really tells the history of the Avengers Campus location?
Yeah, right on cue. So you know exactly where everything is in this land. That is this map right here.
Happy coincidence.
So you can see this is the Stark Motors. You can see some other, Pym Labs, Stark Aeronautics. You can see other companies like Accutech and Geffen-Meyer Chemicals.
Is that Dharma over there?
Really cool. What was that?
Dharma, the Dharma Initiative?
The Dharma Initiative? No, sorry.
No. Tough audience. Bobby Murtaugh would love some speculation. Do you see the Hyperion Theater having some sort of Avengers stunt show or any Marvel show in that theater?
Well, yeah, Spider-Man Rocks is coming back there, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
Spider-Man Rocks, isn't that where that's...
yes, that is where Spider-Man Mack performs. Speaking of, wow. Does he talk?
Yes. Yeah, all of the characters that I've seen, at least so far, they do. They interact with all the guests.
That is the closest I've actually seen to an old-style meet and greet. He is close.
Yeah, they've definitely been pushing that limit a little bit.
Wow, that is a long line to meet that guy.
Yes, they do gather some crowds for sure. Here is the main entrance to Avengers Campus here, and you can see there are people still queuing up to get in, but also people queuing up for this photo op here, this Avengers Campus wall.
The big A.
And then if I can get a moment here where there are no guests standing on it, we have the giant arc reactor right at the entrance as well.
Is that powering the campus?
I don't know that they specifically mentioned that detail, but there is another arc reactor that is basically the subject of that Avengers Assemble show that we watched a few moments ago. So you would think, being tied to Tony Stark, that it's all powered by arc reactors.
Tony would like you to focus on the mountain again for a second. I'm guessing Grizzly Peak. Can you do that? Okay, there you go, Tony. Now what do you want with it?
Yeah, but from here in Avengers Campus, that is actually Ursa Major. That is the bear in the Marvel universe. So,
wow, everything themes. Do you think it looks like a Circuit City, like so many people do?
Do I think it looks like a Circuit City? What, the web building?
Yeah, isn't that your first thought when you see that building? Oh, Circuit City.
I mean, I guess I'd have to look up what a Circuit City looks like again. It's been a long time.
It hasn't been that long.
Has it not?
I'm sure it's probably been like 10 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't been that long. Right. Oh, keep that there for a second.
Okay.
You can say something interesting while I do something banal.
Something interesting.
Yeah, well done. Well done. All right. And after, before.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, I can kind of see
Just
it.
saying.
I thought you were going to do something like pull up the video that we tweeted earlier of Spider-Man flying through the air, but nope, Circuit City.
Apparently, Tony hadn't heard that because now he says he can't unsee it.
Another fun Easter egg here. We have parking reserved for Mr. Jarvis, and then we have parking over here reserved for Mr. Stark.
I thought Jarvis was a machine.
Jarvis in the MCU is a machine, but is also actually, I'm not sure what is and is not in the MCU anymore, but it was also the butler for Mr. Howard Stark, and in comics is the butler for the Avengers for a long time.
Gotcha. Not aware. All right, got a private comment that said, Mack is so young.
What, because
Bobby.
Circuit City was that long ago?
Yes. Bobby also think it looks like Circuit City. And,
Well, now that you showed me, I see it.
Yeah.
You want me to date myself? I didn't really go to City very often. I shopped at The Wiz more.
Oh, man. East Coast boy like crazy.
Yeah.
The only reason I know The Wiz is Seinfeld. Nobody beats The Wiz. Hey, there's the Avengers team again.
Yeah, it did make its way back around. Although I think it actually, now we didn't hear this part before, so it is playing like different clips of it as it merges from one song to the next.
Oh, so some of us think it's a short loop, but it's really doing different stuff.
Yeah. There's some more merchandise. We saw the web slingers earlier, but here's a really cool Avengers shawarma shirt.
This shawarma thing's getting out of control. One little stinger.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not unlike Marvel or Disney to take one little detail and run with it, right?
Pretty true. Well, the fans love it, and they're just making us happy. Thank you, Disney.
Absolutely. I can definitely say I'm happy, that's for sure.
So is there any
really
part
like
of this? Yeah?
Avengers Campus track jacket they got here.
What is that? I'm guessing that is $59.
Let's see. $64.99. You're close.
Is that going home with you?
There's a chance. The only reason it wouldn't is because I live in Florida and I will be able to wear it like 3 days out of the year.
But those 3 days, you'll be the hottest man on property.
Yeah, but the wrong property.
Good point. You can show it off at Universal.
Yeah. We got Black Panther up there now.
Can you point to him? Do you think when social distancing is no longer a thing, they would still be up there all the time as opposed to appearing down low?
Well, they are also appearing down low. For example, the Dora Milaje, they walk right past guests here, and I watched the Wasp walk out from Avengers headquarters and take her spot on the truck over here. So they are, and they kind of mingle on their way over. So they are doing that. I would guess you'll probably see a little more of it, but I think they'll also stay up there as well, just because why not? Like, it's just a way to get more characters out there.
That's true. S from S thinks we should have a Stan Lee walk around. What do you think of that?
I think casting would be very difficult, but if they could pull it off, it would be awesome.
He can double as Howard Stark for other things.
The gap is a little bit off, but it could be a younger Stan Lee, I guess.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't always old, was he? That's an excellent point.
So we've
it feels
back and forth
busy,
quite a bit here,
busy, but
Yeah.
not overly crowded. It's nice.
yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's definitely busy in here. There's a lot of guests. You're constantly, you want to get to Pym Test Kitchen or a tasting lab. You do have to wait a little bit, but it's not crowded. Like, I've never felt cramped. Even when watching the shows, it's very easy. You're never like trapped. When you're watching maybe like the fireworks in Magic Kingdom or Disneyland or something like that, you feel like you're trapped in a crowd. I've never felt like that. You can always easily walk away anytime you want.
Okay. Have we seen everything?
I think so. I do want to point out Terran Treats over here. This is another little snack booth here that I will definitely be trying something from, because everything. I mean, I want to eat everything. It's just I need more time. I think it's the raspberry cream puff, the Cosmic Cream Orb. Sorry, that's the official name, but I know it's raspberry flavored, so I'm excited to try that.
Is there a Miss Minutes photo op? Does that say anything to you?
Miss Minutes photo op. I wish that was a thing. It would be really awesome if you could make that happen.
Okay, well,
You know
Mike
what they
C.
need? What? Mike C is asking for a Miss Minutes photo op?
There is me. I don't know. Keep talking while I look.
Oh. I think I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
There's, outside of Avengers Campus, over by in Hollywoodland, they are the
place.
off-campus options.
Okay, so the one that they keep updating. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten over there yet because I'm afraid to leave Avengers Campus and never be able to get back.
Don't go.
We do have some cool props from Loki, if I can get you an angle here that doesn't have a crazy glare on the glass. But here is the collar that Loki wears in the first episode, and then eventually gets onto Hunter B-15.
Have you seen Jumpsuit Loki, by the way? I know they promote him being here.
I haven't. He's the only character that I haven't seen yet. So I'm going to definitely keep an eye out for him today as I continue to walk around. But no, haven't spotted him yet. But I do like they've added these props here. And by the way, back to Terran Treats, I did translate the celestial language underneath Terran Treats, and it is feed mix for Terrans. So if you want some good feed mix, this is where you go.
Translated it from what?
It's a celestial language. It's the, I guess, the equivalent of Arabesh in Star Wars, but not used nearly as frequently, so not enough for anybody to learn to read like Celestino has done.
So you did not learn to read this. You had to use a little help.
I had to decipher it. Yeah, it took me a little while, but I did manage to translate it.
Wow, because that's what Mike Mack does, Mr. Marvel. There's a reason both his names start with M, because.
Yes, well, that is a Marvel. What's the word I'm looking for? Just like it's something that happens in Marvel quite frequently. They the characters' names use alliteration. So
like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, there you go, Mickey Mouse. But Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Victor Von Doom. There's a bunch of them that do that. Peter Parker. So
Black Panther.
Mike Mack. I fit right in there. Black Panther. Yes, exactly.
Mike
You
Mack,
get
our
it.
favorite
You understand
superhero.
what I'm talking about.
I do, yeah. I'm with you. Captain Marvel, Doorman. I understand. I'm with you. Guardians of the Galaxy. Awesome. Well, thanks, Mac. I am so happy you're here on Marvel Day 616 to be able to experience this. This has to be one of the highlights of your entire life.
Well, yes, it is for sure. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that says about me, but yeah, it definitely is. I mean, it's been incredibly exciting to finally get to check this place out. And I say finally, but like it only opened 2 weeks ago, so I feel like I've been waiting forever for it. But yeah, no, it is definitely really cool to be here, especially on Marvel Day for the first time. So it's been a lot of fun.
Is there anything here, by the way, to indicate it's Marvel Day? Anyone say Happy Marvel Day or anything at all?
No, surprisingly, I haven't seen anything, and I'm not sure if anybody is really even aware of it. Marvel Day hasn't caught on the way May the 4th has, for whatever reason.
I think you need to do something about that. Every cast member you see, Happy Marvel Day.
They probably
Try to
just
make
hear
this
that
happen.
every day because they work here.
Oh, that's an excellent point. It's always 616 here. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up then. Let Mac get back to eating and drinking. He's finally done working for the day, so he can
Well, no,
exercise his
that's not-
VP-ness. Uh-oh.
That's not entirely. You're
What
gonna
else
need to change the way you phrase that one.
Exercise his VP-ness? Oh, whoa. That was not intentional. Oh, my goodness. Continue, Mac. What else you got to do?
We have Marvel time happening today, so I will be back to talk about comics and Loki with Benji and Becca, and we'll break down all the Marvel news as well. And I'm sure I'll be talking to Avengers Campus.
I am beyond embarrassed. Okay, so you're going to be doing Marvel Time live from Avengers Campus.
Yes, we will see how that goes, but yes, that's the plan.
That is way awesome. Way awesome. Oh my goodness. I feel so bad. Thank you, Mac. We will talk to you later. Have a good time.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.